Hey guys, what's up? Cardfight here, and today I'm here with the Messiah deck profile. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for this, and so here it is. I was in Japan, so I picked up the stuff that I needed for this deck, and this was made possible by the people at Patreon, so thank you guys. And I hope more of you guys will start checking that page out, because I might start putting some extra content up there for Patreons. So yeah, let's get right into the deck profile. So for the starting Vanguard, we are running Neon Messiah. His skill is Generation Brick 1. Put this card into Soul. When this card's unlocked, you may pay the cost. If you do, search your deck for a grade 3 Messiah card and show it to your opponent, and then shuffle your deck. So basically, he searches for more Stride fodder, which is pretty nice because you really want to Stride in this deck. And yeah. Pretty good card. You can run Dusttail Unicorn instead if you want to be more aggressive, but personally I find this card to be a bit more consistent, and the art is also pretty nice. So yeah. Right, next we are running the Stride Break for the deck. We're running 4 Alter Ego Messiah. Skill is Generation Break 2, Soul Blast 1. When a card is unlocked, you may pay the cost. If you do, draw a card. So it's kind of like a Chaos Breaker Dragon, except you don't retire the unit, which is fine because drawing is still nice. And then second, his Stride Break skill is kind of lost 1. Choose one of rear guards and lock it. When you Stride on top of this unit, you may pay the cost. If you do, lock one of your opponent's units and choose one of your vanguards, and it gets plus 5,000 power this turn. So he sets up for a lot of plays. Not only does he lock your opponent's rear guard, he also lets you activate some of your own card skills when they get locked. For example, Neon Messiah. Next, we're running quite a rear card. We're running 3 Twin Star. A Binary Star Twin Shooter. He's a pretty old card. He's from the second issue of Bushiroad Monthly. But his skill is Limb Break 4, Counter Blast 2, Soul Blast 2. Choose one opponent's front row and back row units and lock them. So he's a pretty good disabler if you, for example, can't ride into Alter Ego Messiah and you can't Stride for some reason. He's still a pretty decent Vanguard. Of course, there's Limb Break, but it's fine. And the second skill is choose one of your Link Joker rear guards and put them into your soul. And when this card attacks, you may pay the cost. If you do during this battle, he gets plus 5,000 power. So he becomes a 16k attacker by himself, which is not great, but he's a 20 something k attacker if you have a suitable grade 1. So it's fine. Some people like to run this card instead, but I find this card to be a bit lackluster. I mean, it's a rare and he's easy to access, so if you guys can't run this guy instead, you can run the Stellar dude. Stellar Maker, I think her name is. His name. Not sure what gender it is, but I'm pretty sure it's a dude. So yeah, the Binary Twin Shooter is pretty cool. Very nice art too, so that's always a bonus. Next, we're running 3 Blast Monks. Now, Blast Monk's skill is Generation Break 1. When this card attacks, you may choose a locked card and unlock it. And during this battle, this card gets plus 4,000 power. So the good thing about him is that he's pretty much a 13k attacker by himself if you have a locked card. And if you don't have a locked card, then he's still a 9k, which is standard. But yeah, he's pretty good at unlocking cards, so you can combo this with Alter Ego Messiah when you lock something. Next, we're running 3 Arousal Messiahs. Skill is Generation Break 1. When this card's unlocked, you may choose one of your rear guards and stand it. And during this turn, it gets plus 2,000 power. So he's a very good late game for pushing out more hand and getting those extra attacks in, because sometimes your opponent just doesn't have that extra 5k shield to guard. And in the case, if it combos with her, then they'll need an extra 10k shield if you use the skill, her skill, which you probably will. So next we're running 3 Gravity Well. So her skill is once per turn you may Generation Quick 1 choose one of your rear guards and lock it. During this turn she gets plus 4,000 power. So she becomes a 13k attacker and 15k attacker if you restand her with her skill. So it's pretty good because she gets to keep her power. It lasts the whole turn, so you'll be able to force that solid 5k guard, and if you get triggered, it's better. But yeah, so yeah, you might want to run 4 of her and 1 less Blast Monk if you can't get your hands on Blast Monk. I find having more unlockers to be a bit more consistent, but if you want more lockers, then running more Gravity Well is definitely very good. Next, we are running 3 Duskblade. Duskblade. Skill is Generation Quick 1. When this card is boosted, you encounter loss 1. When this card attacks and it's boosted, you encounter loss 1. If you do, choose one opponent's grade 2 or lower rear guards and lock it. So it's a very good disabler. For my grade 4, grade 2 lineup, we're running 3 of each. You might want to change this to be something more suitable for yourself. I know some people don't like to run Arousal Messiah, so they might just run 4 Duskblade, 4 Gravity Well, and then 3 Blast Monks. But since and then run an extra grade 3 or something. But I think all these grade 2s are very useful, and that's why I run 3 of each. I might do a bit of tweaking later on, but for now it works quite well for me, and so I'm just going to keep it like this. But yeah, let's move on to Great Ones. Great Ones, we're running White Dwarf, 3 White Dwarfs. Skill is Generation Quick 1. When this card boosts, you may unlock a card, and then during this battle, this card gets plus 4,000 power. So it becomes an 11k booster, which combos really well with this card because then your column will be hitting for quite a big number. Not so much with the Blast Monk because you need to be unlocking 2 cards in order for that combo to go, but for her, you can set up the lock with her and then unlock it with this to hit pretty big numbers. So, yep. Next, we're running 3 of the Shroud Enablers. Pretty self-explanatory. Yeah. Next, we're running 4 Chameleons. This card skill is Generation Quick 1. When this card's unlocked, you may unflip damage. So, very good because this deck does eat up quite a bit of Counter Blast if you're gonna plan on using her skill. You use like one or 2 Counter Blasts every turn with this, but Duskblade also eats up Counter Blast, so you'll be actually eating a lot of Counter Blast, even though all the Counter Blast is usually just 1. Next, we're running 4 Perfect RGs because more unflipping power. You can run the normal Perfect Guard instead. It's perfectly fine because with the Chameleons you already have enough unflipping power. So yeah, running the trial deck Perfect Guards is perfectly fine. Also cuts down the cost, so that's a bonus. For triggers, we're running 8 crit, 4 draw, 4 heal. So pretty standard lineup for triggers. These Marin clones come in handy because it does Field of Soul, so you can soul charge, and it gives something for 3k. Which sets up for Arousal Messiah plays, so, you know, good stuff. And then you can feel his Generation 2 skill, and not sure if you guys really actually want to use his skill, but if you can't get your hand, or if you can't draw into Alter Ego Messiahs, then, you know, Twin Star is your homie, or Twin Shooter, Twin Gunner is your homie. Next, for the G Zone, we are running 1 Maximum Seal Dragon. Skill is Catalyst 1. When this card attacks, this card gets plus 5,000 power for every locked card. So you can potentially be pretty big. I like it. It's okay. You can run Atmos instead. It's pretty much the same thing, except he can be bigger, so, you know. Yeah. Next, we are running 4 Big Crunch Dragons. Big Crunch Dragon skill is once per turn you may counter boss 1. Choose a G personnel blast. If you do, while you're 2 G units or more face up in your G zone, then you can choose one opponent's rear guards and lock it. Lock the whole column if there's another card behind it, and your opponent cannot unlock it during their next end phase. So it's a Omega Lock, which is nice because you might want to use this card first and then set up for Amnesty plays. That's usually what it's for. So yeah, because if you Omega Lock, you can still unlock their back row the next turn when you plan to use Amnesty skill, and they still can't use that row because their front row is still locked. So it's pretty good. And it's also a very cheap counterblast one, which fits in very well with the rest of the deck. Next, we're running 1 Judgment Messiah. Skill is, when this card attack hits, you may choose one opponent's rear guards and lock it, and then choose up to 1 card and unlock it. So you can unlock, a lot of times you're going to shrine into this, and then this will be the lock card. So you're going to lock it to pay the cost for this, and then you lock an opponent's rear guards. And then when you hit, you unlock this to search for another one so you can try next turn, and then you also lock another card. So you lock 2 cards. His attack only hits, his on-hit attack only locks back row cards, but it's fine because he can lock front row. So you can lock front row with this, lock back row with this, and then fun stuff. So yeah, please be reminded he only locks back row. Next, we're running 2 Amnesty Messiahs. Now this card is very important because he is one of our very key cards to mirror matches. When you're playing against Link Joker decks, then this card is pretty lulz. If you're playing against an Omega Glandios deck, he will be how you win, because if they try to Omega Lock, you can just go, yo, Amnesty, yo, and then you unlock everything. You unlock all the stuff that your opponent locked, which is probably one of the reasons why Omega Glandios decks aren't topping, because of other Link Joker decks. So yeah. Anyway, MSD skill is counterblast 1. When this card attacks, you may choose any number of lock cards and unlock them. And during this battle, this card gets plus 2,000 power for every unlocked card. If you unlock 3 or more cards, this card gets plus 1 critical. So you can unlock your own cards, you can unlock your opponent's cards. You really don't want to unlock your opponent's cards unless you know you're going to go for game, or if the card you unlocked will not enable any plays. So, for example, like I said before with the Big Crunch Dragon, even if you unlock, for example, this is their column, if they're Omega locked, you can still unlock this card for Amnesty skill, and it'll still be okay because this still can attack with it. So yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for this deck. It's pretty solid deck. It's very consistent and very good at disabling your opponent. But you have to play smart. Just don't herp derp Amnesty play, because that will bite you in the butt if you unlock too early. So just keep playing with these guys until you have a firm grasp on unlocking, or unless you're unlocking all of your own units, then it's fine. But for the most part, save these for last. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for this deck profile. You don't really need to run too many of these, because you have lots of other good stuff to use, like Big Crunch. But anyway, I think I've babbled on for too long. This is it for this deck profile. This is Cardfight, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!